Because the truth of the matter is, go around your town, okay? Go around town. There are people retiring with some dignity. There are people retiring comfortably. And I know one of your dreams of your life is to someday be able to travel, someday be able to give more to your church, someday start your foundation, someday be able to retire your parents. And by the way, many of you listening to this are at an age where someday, maybe now, but certainly in the future, you may be caring for your children and parents at the same time. And right now, you're having a hard time just caring for yourself. So it's important that you begin to develop these habits. Some of them is extremely living below your means. And as you make more money, do not change your lifestyle. Actually save some of your money in cash when you can. And if none of that's possible for you right now, then what are you going to do to start to generate new income? Are you going to be an Uber driver? Are you going to do DoorDash? Are you going to start a second business? Are you going to start a side hustle? Are you going to get a second or third job? You know, when I was a little boy, my dad worked 3 jobs, and we were on welfare for a while, and we got off of it. And the way that we got off it is my dad worked 2 and 3 jobs at a time. And I just see, if I can be really candid with you, I just see a lot of people who say they're broke that seem to have a lot of free time on the weekends. I don't understand that, unless it's just like you're hoping something's going to change. And so there's a season of life where we've got to sacrifice for our future, sacrifice for our children, sacrifice for our parents. And I just believe in you, so I'm talking to you like a friend today. This economy that we're in, I don't know if it's rigged or not, but I just gave you the stats, right? So could you get to another $20,000 a year part-time doing something? $50,000 a year part-time? Right? Could you start something part-time that generates no income for 3 or 4 or 5 years that turns into a full-time, beautiful career? If you're already an entrepreneur, maybe you should have a job to supplement your entrepreneurial journey. You know, it's not a secret that when I started out as an entrepreneur, I had so many ups and downs. I had to go back and get jobs at night. I stocked shelves in a grocery store 3 years after starting my business because we went backwards and I was going to go broke, but I wasn't going to give the business up. So I'd work in the day in my business, and then I would get dressed, and I would go to work and stock shelves in a grocery store at night. Did I have less sleep? Yeah, it was a season of my life. I was laying the foundation so that someday I could get on a podcast and go, hey, I've made $1 million since 25 years and 8 figures since then. And so although that sounds a little, maybe, I hope it doesn't, like I'm bragging, I also stock shelves. I also had 2 and 3 jobs at a time. I've also had businesses fail. I've also lost a house. I've had a car for repossessed before. So I know what that's, I've had my power turned off multiple times. I had my water turned off. Water. Imagine that. I had lost my house, moved into an apartment with my new bride, and then our water got turned off. We couldn't cook. We couldn't brush our teeth. We had to get up every morning and go down to the apartment complex shower, the outdoor pool shower. Every apartment complex usually has one by the pool. And I would hold a towel up while she would take a shower and brush her teeth. And then she'd hold the towel up while I'd take a shower and brush my teeth. And then we would walk back to our apartment as everybody else was going out to their job. And everybody in our apartment complex knew I wasn't providing for my family. And actually during that time, she had 2 jobs to support me as an entrepreneur. These are the things we do in order to change our family's future, to have generational wealth, to never have the world have their thumb on your family again. So I just want to encourage you as a friend. Every week, I'm very uplifting and encouraging on the show. But every once in a while, 3 or 4 times a year, I like to do a show and go, here's where we're really at. Where are you really at? Right now, as you listen to today's show, how much money do you have saved? Could you go 2 or 3 years without working right now? If your parents needed you to float them $40,000 or $50,000 in an emergency right now, could you do it? What if you and your husband or your wife, both cars got broken down right now? Right? Is college money saved for your children? And if they're not going to college, help them start a business? Are you on pace to have $3 million saved for retirement so you can retire at the same level of life that you are at now? Not traveling, not something beautiful, not owning a jet or a ship. Just sustain your current lifestyle.